Reddit is a wild place, full of deep dives, hot takes, weird posts, and the occasional unsettling gem that sticks with you. Sometimes you stumble across a user whose story feels off. Not just someone chasing clout with edgy content, but a trail of comments, threads, and posts that start to feel disturbingly real. This isn't your typical creepy story roundup. These are unsettling Reddit users with tales that hit hard. Before we dive in, please hit like and subscribe. Every bit of support helps more than you know. Let's get started. Small Bean 197. The first post feels like it was ripped from a psychological horror flick, not because it's bloody or violent, but because it creeps into your head and stays there. Here's what Small Bean 197 shared. I found out my partner has been putting slugs in my food. I don't know how to forgive him. I, 22F, have been with my partner, 24M, for 4 years. He's never done anything like this before, but about a month or so ago, he started acting odd. He was leaving fruit on the ground in the garden, saying it was to feed a mouse family in our shed. I thought it was cute, and even helped. Then, 2 weeks ago, he got super sweet, cooking me meals, baking cakes, which he never does. I was thrilled he found a hobby, but I started feeling sick and dizzy after eating, chalking it up to lack of sleep or hormones. Today, a friend of his came to my workplace, a cafe, and pulled me aside. He said my partner's been collecting slugs from the garden using the fruit, blending them into my food, and even sent him photos of a bag of slugs and the blended results. I feel sick. I confronted my partner, and he accused me of snooping through his messages. I didn't, and got mad, saying I can't take a joke. I feel violated. I love him, but I can't wrap my head around this. Am I overreacting? I'm lost. This wasn't a prank. This guy was running twisted experiments on someone he supposedly loved. She thought she was getting heartfelt home-cooked meals. Instead, she was the lab rat. The update made things even darker. After her initial post, people wondered if it was a sick joke or something seriously wrong with him. A trip to urgent care revealed horrors no one saw coming. The slugs were just the start. Update from urgent care. I'm getting messages telling me to blank myself. Please stop. I'm really fragile right now. I went to urgent care last night and was seen around 6 a.m. Tests showed high levels of metaldehyde in my blood, and I have stomach ulcers. I was hospitalized 2 months ago for a burst ulcer, initially blamed on stress, but now they think it's from poisoning. I might have an infection, my temperature's high, but they haven't pinpointed the cause. My heart's okay, though I'm scheduled for heart surgery this year, now delayed due to the ulcers and infections. I filed a police report and gave a statement. Please, if you know me IRL, don't share my or my ex's name. It could ruin the investigation. My ex refused to talk to the police or me, but confessed to his friend in front of me and another friend. He admitted to running experiments on me since we moved in together, starting with spitting on my toast, then swapping my propranolol beta blockers with salt-filled capsules. He was in charge of my meds because of my history of suicide attempts. He thought it was funny. He also swapped my vegetarian Linda McCartney sausages with real meat, knowing I have IBS and can't digest it. My giant African land snail went missing last summer. I thought it escaped, but he said it died and admitted he blended it into my curry. I vaguely recall him laughing as I ate it, saying it was just chili powder to cover the taste. He also rubbed my toothbrush on the toilet but washed it, thinking that was too far. It feels like a nightmare. Legally, I'm not sure what's happening. He claims he didn't know why he did it, that he loves me, and felt compelled, like my OCD compulsions. He insists he never harmed our animals. I think he might be stressed from my mental health issues, which could have pushed him to a breaking point. I'm devastated and sorry for worrying everyone. By this point, she'd left him, but another update brought proof that made it undeniable. She found a jar of 4 dead slugs under the sink, likely forgotten by her ex. She shared a photo, a bag of massive, lifeless slugs, cold and slimy. It's the kind of image that turns your stomach, especially knowing she'd been eating them, blended into meals disguised as loving gestures. The comments section went wild. People couldn't fathom how someone could do this to their partner. These were yellow garden slugs, known to carry parasites that cause meningitis and other serious issues. You're not even supposed to touch them bare-handed, yet she was ingesting them for weeks. The community demanded justice, with one user commenting, "He promised he didn't harm your animals, but your dog recently had lungworm, and he admitted to feeding you your pet snail. He swapped your heart meds with salt and tampered with your food, knowing about your IBS. This isn't funny, it's dangerous. Stress doesn't cause this. He's not safe for you or your pets. These aren't the actions of someone who loves you. Stop blaming yourself. I get your mental and physical health struggles and need for love, but he can't be trusted." Everyone agreed. This wasn't something to brush off. She needed safety and justice. Deep in the thread, she dropped a chilling revelation. "Hi, he was diagnosed with ASPD, antisocial personality disorder, yesterday and confessed everything. I was his way of seeming normal to the world. He manipulated me, giving me love, affection, and compliments as a BPD sufferer. He started with emotional tests, like cheating, to see my reactions. When I forgave him, he moved to food tampering to see how long it'd take me to get sick. I'm baffled. The person I knew wasn't real. He knew I was vulnerable due to my illnesses, became my carer, and tortured me while I was clueless. He rescued me from an abusive situation, only to trap me in a new one. That's how he works." This was closure. He'd admitted to every vile act. There was no word on legal action, but for many, her speaking out was enough. Healing, though, was another story. Her next post showed the trauma lingered. "I'm struggling to eat and have no appetite. Since leaving my weird relationship where my partner contaminated my food, I've been terrified of slugs. I moved into a ground floor flat, and slugs keep appearing. I'm scared they've touched my food, and I keep throwing it out. I'm terrified of getting sick and can't breathe properly. I've tried copper tape, salt, and non-toxic pellets, but they still get in. It feels like nature's tormenting me. My doctor dismissed it, saying it's good because I'm overweight. I was discharged from my mental health team. Any advice?" For a while, there were no updates, and people feared the worst, but she returned with a final post. "I'm alive. Sorry for not replying. My inbox was flooded. I've been sick with coronavirus, but I'm here. Thank you to everyone who reached out. You made me feel less alone. Hope you're all well." Her last post was 2 months ago, 5 years after the incident. Healing's been slow, but she's doing better. Fuji Tajikan 0001. Sometimes, a single Reddit comment lingers. Not loud or dramatic, but wrong. Fuji Tajikan 0001 left one that raised alarms. Factories in Thailand and Southeast Asia are notorious for exploiting workers, trapping them in modern slavery. A 2022 UN report estimated over 50 million people globally are victims of forced labour, many in Thai factories where migrant workers' passports are confiscated, and they're locked in for long hours with little pay. It started when a user clicked a random promoted post and saw a desperate comment. "I face a serious problem of human rights at Fuji Tajikan, Thailand. Please help me." The user who found it posted, "I clicked a niche, promoted post, and saw this comment by Fuji Tajikan 001. I googled Fuji Tajikan. It's a low-profile factory in Thailand. Thai factories are known for holding workers hostage in horrific conditions. This feels real, and people might need immediate help. I don't have internet at home or means to investigate. If anyone can find relevant contacts to get this checked, I'd be grateful. It might be a prank, but the name's too specific to fake. I won't sleep easy tonight." This was 8 years ago, during Thailand's political crisis. The user posted the same comment approximately 40 times across subreddits, raising suspicions of trolling. But the specificity and context suggested a genuine cry for help. The case faded, but some posts remain, a grim reminder of the world's dark corners. R.W. Bingham. Bingham shared a chilling tale about Ted Bundy, the infamous serial killer who killed at least 30 women in the 1970s. Charming and manipulative, Bundy lured victims by feigning injury, then abducted, raped, and murdered them, sometimes revisiting their bodies. Arrested in 1975, he escaped twice, continuing his spree until 1978. He was executed in 1989. 10 years ago, in an Ask Reddit thread, "What's the creepiest true story you know?" User Elisa TG pointed to R.W. Bingham's post. "It was near Halloween, and my friend was sharing ghost stories. She told one about her parents' first date, reluctant because it was true. They had a nice but awkward date, and her dad suggested a midnight hike in Provo Canyon, where he'd rock climbed. They drove to the canyon, parked, and hiked under the stars. No moon. Her dad got a bad feeling as the path neared dark trees. He ignored it and kept going. Her mom later said she felt it too. The feeling hit again, stronger. As they entered the trees, his foot hit something soft. It was too dark to see, but the dread was overwhelming. They both bolted. Years later, married, they watched a Ted Bundy interview. Asked when he came closest to getting caught, Bundy described luring a girl to Provo Canyon, killing her, and hiding in the trees as a couple approached. A guy bumped into the body, then inexplicably turned and left. That was them. They narrowly escaped a monster, a stroke of luck that saved their lives. Archangel Throwaway. This might be the heaviest story here. Dark, heartbreaking, and raw. On July 21st, 2021, Archangel Throwaway posted, "Today I expletive up by getting empty nose syndrome after a simple turbinate reduction. I'm now considering medically assisted suicide. Please make my story matter by upvoting and spreading turbinate organ awareness." Empty nose syndrome, ENS, is a rare but brutal condition where your nose feels blocked despite being clear, disrupting breathing, sleep, and life. The OP's condition was so unbearable they were contemplating euthanasia. Their post, 7 months ago, my talented surgeon accidentally removed my inferior turbinates and their heads, the most important part, during a nose job to fix a bump. This condition is torture. I had no anxiety or depression before. I was in my early 30s, happy, with money and time off. I researched, chose a renowned doctor, and explicitly said not to touch my turbinates, fearing ENS. He agreed. 2 weeks post-surgery, I lost all air sensation. It feels like I'm being waterboarded 24/7. Constant pressure, like invisible hands choking me. My brain doesn't sense air, forcing my mouth open to breathe. It's like drowning without dying. Panic attacks are relentless, and I can't sleep. My local ENT confirmed my turbinates were severely reduced, diagnosing ENS. 2 other specialists agreed. I'm now exploring assisted euthanasia. ENS isn't just physical, it's psychological. Your brain thinks you can't breathe, even when scans look fine, driving anxiety, depression, and hopelessness. Don't touch your turbinates. They're organs that sense, humidify, and clean air. A 10% reduction does nothing. Doctors remove more, risking ENS. They eyeball it in minutes, ignoring the nasal cycle where turbinates swell. Widening rhinoplasty is safer. It adjusts the nasal bridge without touching turbinates. Get it in, writing that they won't touch them. My support group has seen families devastated. Some ended their lives post-ENS. Doctors call it rare, but it's not. My doctor denied having ENS patients, despite my diagnosis. The cure would be new turbinates from stem cells, but no one's researching it. Share my story to save others. Her post was removed, but later resurfaced. She replied to a user, furiously listening, who asked if she was suing. "My family will sue on my behalf. I won't live long enough for a trial. I have pre- and post-op scans and multiple diagnoses. Real justice is spreading awareness to spare others." Another justice would be stem cell turbinate transplants. I've tried estrogen creams, nasal oils, vitamins, Q-tips for resistance. Nothing works. Turbinate implants add volume but don't restore function. It's like a breast implant not enabling breastfeeding. Only new turbinates will help. In 2023, she posted again, "After my turbinates were removed without consent during a nose job, I've been suffocating 24/7. A prominent US research university contacted me. They've made turbinates from adult stem cells. Human trials need approximately $4 million, but government funding was denied due to ENS's rarity. My support group and I are stuck on fundraising. Any ideas? A GoFundMe? If someone wants to donate, I'd direct them to Wake Forest University's Institute of Regenerative Medicine for turbinate research, not me." Her account was later suspended. A final comment revealed her legal struggle. "I tried for 2 years to get a lawyer. Despite clear negligence, plastic surgery cases are hard to win. I signed a consent form allowing any procedure the doctor deemed necessary, making it nearly impossible. I contacted approximately 100 malpractice attorneys, but the 2-year statute of limitations passed. No one knows what happened next, whether she pursued euthanasia or found hope. Her story vanished with her account.